very much. And I'm going to be emotional because that's where I come from. Thank you, Trevor. And thank you, all of you, for this honor, Dr. Davis. It's just wonderful to be honored this way. And, you know, it overwhelms me when I remember him when he was coming out of his mama's womb. All right. Okay? And to see him become the kind of young man that he is today has really blessed me. To be alive to see that, to be alive to be with you today, okay, is a blessing. And I don't take that lightly. I try to give back in the way that the Lord would want me to do that. I am blessed to have a wonderful daughter. My daughter Tia started her own business when she was 13. Tia's Doll Emporium is in business now, taking care of good business in Oakland, California, and wherever else her job takes her. My two wonderful grandchildren that Trevor alluded to, Zoe, 5 years old, my grandson, youngest grandson, David, 3.5, and all I can say about them is look out world. They don't play, okay? They come out smart, and they are taking care of good business. I have my dear friends from Glad Tidings, my home church, Tina, Lois, and Garth with me today as well. And the core of the Southeast campus is here. You know, I can't do all of the work that I need to do by myself. Amen. Okay? You don't do it by yourself. Amen. You do it with people who care, who are committed, who work with you. At that table in the back is Cynthia Hamilton, my admissions and enrollment coordinator. Anything you want to know about getting into Southeast, you go see her in room 200 at 1800 Oakdale Avenue. Right. Okay? We've got Marlene Walker back there, my biotech coordinator. Now let me be very clear with you about this. I'm all about education. When my grandmama put me through the doors of Glad Tidings, when I was 5 years old, she told them, tell her everything you need to know about God, and they did. And then she took me home and she said, you will get an education, okay? You will get an education. You will love the Lord and you will get an education. And that meant that you are going to have to learn. In my family, nothing lower than a B was accepted. All right. When I came through that door, I better have A's and B's. Right. Okay, she was not playing. The woman was small, half Cherokee Indian, and she was on fire about getting me through. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So, you know, I'm about education, folks. Always will be, will continue to be. And I'm not going to talk a long time, I hope, but I do want to share with you that Marlene Walker can tell you everything about biotech. We have seen people at the Southeast campus come in with next to nothing in skills, walk out after taking our short-term Bridge to Biotech program, going to an internship program, and come out with a job in the ranges between $25,000 to $50,000. I'm sorry, in a year's time, that's hard to beat. Okay, that's the kind of short-term training we have. We have, let's see, we have some other people from the campus. They're not here right now. Tamra Miller retired recently. I didn't want her to retire because she was one of the best librarians we've ever had, but she is with us here today. And I would be remiss if I did not recognize my sis. I've got two of them. I've got Tina and I've got Commissioner Linda Richardson, who is in this room. Commissioner Richardson is running for District 10 supervisor, and believe me, in order to do my job, it's all about politics. It's all about the politics of helping black people get what they need, and people of color, and working class, and poor people, so that they can get the skills they need to get these jobs and live their lives, hopefully, for God. Okay? So, Commissioner Richardson, please stand up. I want them to see you. And we better be very serious about who we put in these jobs, okay? Because if we're not, we will not reap what we need, okay? We have some I just want to share a few thoughts with you. Number one, I'm so delighted after I talked to Miss Pam over there. She was talking about how she went to school and continued going to school, and of course she role modeled for her children. But we have some real issues when it comes to education. First of all, we need to know that violence is the #1 cause of premature death in San Francisco. I was just talking to Dr. Nadine Burke, and she's working on a special program. She works with young people. You also need to know that drugs are really taking their toll in our communities. We need to, what you're doing from the pulpits are so important. What you're doing from your homes is extremely important. We've got to get rid of the drugs. Okay? We've got to help these young people make Jesus their drug.
Amen.
Okay?
Amen.
We've got to help them to understand that they don't need stimulants, that they need to be their own stimulus program. Okay? We've got to get back to those core values that allow you and me to be here and to prosper and to thrive and to succeed. Okay? We must teach them that they come from a rich history. Think of these people that have been here before us. Benjamin Banneker, William Leidesdorff. We've got a street in San Francisco named after him. Madam C.J. Walker, the new contemporaries, Maya Angelou, Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. We've cut and done hearts and done surgery and done all kinds of things. George Washington Carver worked a peanut to death. Okay? General Colin Powell, if you're from the other side of the house. Okay, Aretha Franklin, Ira Aldridge, the wonderful actor, Alexander Dumas, okay, Alexander Pushkin. These are all biracial, multiracial folks that had Africa as their core of their being. Okay? And of course our President Obama. Okay? All right. We must teach our young people to be ready to step up. If they fall, get up. All right. Okay? Just what we had to do. If you fall, get up. Now, as an educator, I also have to tell you about the Southeast Campus briefly. We've got all these new programs, entry-level programs from Interiorscape, if you want to do any kind of ornamental horticulture. If you're into green, and you better be looking at these green jobs because they are the jobs that are of the future. We have an entry-level green class starting next semester, spring 2010. We have all of these courses. You can come to the Southeast Campus now and take all of the classes you need to meet your general education requirements. There's no excuse, folks. Please go out into the communities. I've got people coming from Oakland, from Antioch, from wherever, because we have short-term training programs, even entry-level nursing training programs to help them get to their goals, okay? And I said I wasn't going to talk too long, but I do want to share this thought with you, and it's one of my last thoughts. As chair of the CAC for the shipyard, and I think Ollie Mixon is here, my vice chair. Please, Ollie. Okay? And Willie B. Kennedy was around here. I don't know where Willie B. is right now. She coordinates our side office. But there will be a lot of development. We go vertical spring of 2010. You'll be seeing buildings going up on that hill. Okay? We're going to build it out. We're going to move ahead, trusting in God, working with redevelopment, working with the mayor's office, working with Lennar to get that project done. Okay? There's going to be affordable housing in there. A third of it's going to be affordable housing. Deep affordable housing. The redevelopment agency is going to have rental units that are affordable. If we're going to stay in San Francisco, we are going to have to get the skills that we need, folks. We are going to have to make a commitment, a recommitment to excellence. Genius and creativity runs in our bloodlines. Make no mistake about that. There is no excuse for us not achieving.
You know, like that commercial, Geico?
Yes.
That lady over there.
I know. She wants me to get off. Okay. Because she knows how I wind up. Anyway, thank you. Spread the word. Get an education. I put every bit of my money behind my grandkids and your kids because I'm supporting them too. Please help us to help them to get an education. Thank you very much.